SMV, sexual marketplace value, is a way to pretty much estimate how popular you will actually be on the sexual marketplace. How attractive are you to women? And it's not just looks. I know it's very popular these days to say, oh, it's only looks, it's only genetics. But here's the deal, man. There are so many different categories that dictates how handsome, how attractive you are in the dating market. So today, what we're going to do, I have 10 different categories. I'm going to go through step by step each category. I want you to tally up your points for each one. So let's say whenever we get to height, whenever we get to face, you're going to get your own score and then add up all of them. So you're going to have a score out of 100 and then divide it by 10. And this is going to be your sexual marketplace value, how attractive you are out of 10. Without further ado, let's get it. Disclaimer, a couple of these will be based completely off the honor system. You have to look at yourself objectively and really rate yourself how attractive you are. You got to measure things completely accurately. Do not lie to yourself, because if you tally up all of these, let's say you're above a 7 out of 10 SMV and you're still struggling, you're still watching videos like this, then you are not a 7 out of 10. I want you to be completely honest with yourself for this one reason, because any of these you can level up to where you become very, very attractive. Your SMV can easily be a freaking giga chat if you just follow my advice. But it all starts with you being completely honest to yourself, man. You can lie to me, you can lie in the comments section, but it's not going to change how successful your dating life is. The only thing that will change is whenever you accept where you currently are and you are ready to actually evolve. Facially, so this is going to be a fun one. So 80 to 90% of you guys will be a 5, roughly. All of these are estimates. It's not going to be completely accurate because a lot of looks, obviously, I've got my face rated by different people. Typically, people say a 7.5 to an 8. So obviously, depending on who it is, what their standards are, it's always ranging. I would say max 1 point. So as long as it's in the ballpark, that's what's important. So let's say facially, if you never receive any compliments, your face is very average, you just kind of blend in, but there's nothing wrong with your face. Like, you don't have any crazy deformities. I would go ahead and just say you are going to be a 5. Nothing above average, but nothing unattractive. Now, let's say you do have deformities. Let's say you got one deformity, like your face shape, something is just really wrong. Let's go down to 2.5. And if you got 2 or more deformities, you are a 0. Now let's go back up. So there are 2 key markers of an attractive face. So typically it's going to be the eye area and the bottom third. These are going to be the 2 most important. So if you have one of these, so either a really good lower third, let's say you have a really crazy jawline, you have the mouth, the lips, everything looks good, this will put you at a 7. But let's say the eye area isn't too crazy, then you're just going to stay at the 7. But let's say you got the lower third and a really good eye area, so like hunter eyes, colored eyes. There's a good distance between the eyes, so the eye area, and then this is really good without having any deformities like a messed up nose, anything like this. This will put you at an 8 out of 10 facially. 99.9% of you guys will not be above an 8 facially. This is extremely rare, so I'm going to top this rating scale at an 8. Take your score out of 10 and keep it in mind. We are going to keep adding. Next up, we have money. Money's super simple. Money's very important. It boosts your SMV. It makes you more handsome, more attractive. So we're just going to keep it super dead simple for you guys. So we got 1 through 10. So 1 is going to be you're making $10,000 a year. And then a 10 is going to be making $100,000 per year. So obviously every 10,000 increment, you will bump a point. So if you're making $50,000 a year, which is typically average, then this means that you are a 5 out of 10. So get your numbers, keep it in mind, write it down, and let's move forward. A lot of girls who gaslight you say that your penis size does not matter, but unfortunately, my brother, it does. And it takes a big toll.
That's what she said.
On how attractive you actually are. Obviously, it's not something people usually see externally until you get to that stage of the relationship. So it would almost be the least important thing, but it is still very, very important. So they've actually researched a lot of women, and on average, most women are satisfied with 6 to 7 inches. Now, the proper way to measure is at the top of the base all the way to the tip. So don't go underneath, don't go down to your butthole trying to count that as extra inches, because it's not. It's at the top of the base to the tip. This is how you measure. So 6 to 7, this means that you are a 10. So let's say your penis is 1 inch below that 6 inches, so you are 5, or 1 inch above the 7, then we're going to subtract 4 points. So if you have 8 inches or 5 inches, you are now a 6 out of 10. Now for every inch below or above this, you will keep subtracting 2 points for every single one. And this will give you an accurate rating out of 10 on how attractive your penis size is. I've always said this, but I believe that body fat percentage is going to be probably the most important thing when it comes to attraction. It's going to dictate how attractive your physique is, your face, your cheekbones, your confidence, your discipline, everything. If you can sustain a low body fat percentage, this tells so much about yourself and your work ethic. So if you're a 6 to 8% body fat, you are a 10 out of 10. Now, if you're 8 to 10% body fat, you're going to be a 9 out of 10. 10 to 12%, you're going to be an 8 out of 10. 12 to 15, you are a 7 out of 10. Now 15 to 20, which is still below average, you're going to be a 6 out of 10. 20 to 25, now you will be a 5 out of 10. Anything above 5%, you are off the charts. You are literally a 0. You don't get a, I'm sorry, but you simply have too much body fat to compete in the sexual marketplace. So those are the ratings for body fat. For height, I'm going to be using a Bumble study, which pretty much concluded that 6'6" was the most desired height amongst women. So 6'6", 6'5", and 6'4", these are what women mostly put their ratings on. So let's say you are between 6'4" and 6'7", you are a 10 out of 10. Now 6 feet to 6'3", you are now a 9 out of 10. So based off these standards, what we're going to do is anything below 6 feet or above 6'7", we will be subtracting 1 point for every inch. So if you're a 6'8", this means that you are a 9 out of 10. 6'9", you are an 8 out of 10. If you're a 5'11", this means that you are an 8 out of 10. 5'10", you're going to be a 7 out of 10, and so on and so forth. This is going to be how to get your accurate rating for your height. And like I've always said, height is going to be 60 to 80% genetic, meaning 20 to 40% environmental, meaning it's completely within your control as long as those growth plates are open. And I believe one of the number one reasons most people do not optimize their height growth genetics is because they have nutrient deficiencies. 92% of you guys, Americans amongst all social classes, are deficient. When this happens, your IGF-1 human growth hormone shuts down completely, meaning you will not grow whatsoever. So you need Titan Growth 2.0 to optimize your height growth genetics, which has 500 to 1000% of all your daily vitamins, minerals, everything to make sure you optimize your height growth genetics. Don't forget to pick up Aries Rage as well. This will optimize your testosterone levels by up to 37%, which even if you don't want to grow taller, is freaking awesome to have extra testosterone. And don't forget to join Kalos Academy, kalos.academy, where I have my 2-hour height growth masterclass and my 3-hour looks maxing masterclass to teach you step by step how to do everything. Up next is going to be my female nature masterclass. Personality is actually extremely important, but we will be categorizing this into 3 different things. So charisma, how charismatic are you? Your walk, how confident do you walk? Are the shoulders back? Is the head up? Do you walk like a king or do you walk like a peasant? And then overall confidence. How much confidence do you have in your day-to-day life? Like whenever you're speaking, whenever you're talking, all of this. It's all going to be in one little category, and I want you to follow the honor system. So 5 out of 10 is going to be the average Joe. There's nothing spectacular. You don't really gather attention. You're just average. And then you're going to just incrementally judge based off your own confidence. If you're very insecure, maybe go like a 3 out of 10. But if you feel like you are like the Wolf of Wall Street, you're on top of the world, maybe an 8, a 9, a 10. Myself, when it comes to charisma, confidence, based on my YouTube personality, is going to be an 8 out of 10, if that gives you a measure to go based off of. So use the honor system. It's very easy to cheat this one, but I trust you. Pre-selection is one of the easiest ways to make yourself look more attractive. This is whenever girls see you with other women because these women already pre-selected you to be an attractive guy worthy of dating. So having female friends does not classify as pre-selection. It has to be girls that you've obviously been intimate with. So you get a 10 out of 10 if on your social media, in person, people see you with very attractive women. Like if you go to my social media, you can see me in the past with attractive women. This boosts SMV like crazy and makes it even easier for you to get other girls. Now let's say you got like one ex-girlfriend. She's kind of cute, attractive. This gives you a little bit of a bonus, but nothing crazy. I would just say this is a 5 out of 10. Then if you've got no girls, you are not really optimizing yourself to the fullest. Let's just go with a fat 0 for this one, because I don't think you guys realize how important pre-selection is with your estimated value on the sexual marketplace. Social media, so more specifically your Instagram, because this is more important than any other social media platform. Your dating profile, your Facebook, nothing else really matters as much as Instagram, because women, they're gonna stalk the crap out of you, your social media, and more specifically your Instagram, to see how attractive you are. So if it's set up perfectly. You've got a crazy life. The SMV is off the charts. It's going to be a 10 out of 10. I think mine is going to be a good example. Go and stalk my Instagram if you want to see, but it is very good for SMV, getting DMs from girls, all kinds of things. Now, let's say if your Instagram is an average Joe, like you just have an average profile picture, maybe your profile is private, you follow more people than you have followers. Let's say you're a 5 out of 10, nothing crazy. And then a 0 out of 10 is going to be either no Instagram at all or that really creepy Instagram with no photos, no profile picture, no bio, following thousands of people. This is just a huge turnoff. So use the scale to find your proper number. So maybe it's somewhere in between the average and a profile like mine. Maybe go with the 7, but you have to rate accurately. Hair and fashion, once again, we're going based off the honor system. So the hair, I can't really tell you the perfect hair. What's going to actually work is going to be one that gets you tons of compliments. Same with your fashion. Like for example, a lot of people will say if you're bald, this decreases your SMV. But look at people like Andrew Tate who arguably look better with a bald, shiny ass head because it just shows how much confidence they have. So if you get tons and tons and tons of compliments on your hair, on your fashion, like everyone's obsessed with it, then I would say you're a 10 out of 10. But a lot of these are going to be personal preference because you can pretty much change your fashion and your hairstyle to whatever you want to. So if it's a 5 out of 10, this is going to be, you're kind of invisible. You're the average Joe, nothing. And if it's a 0 out of 10, this means that your fashion, you're going the wrong way. Complete negative, it looks like trash. So be completely honest with yourself, man. How many compliments do you get based off your fashion and your hair? How much confidence do you feel you have with your fashion and your hair alone? So rate this one 0 to 10. Last but certainly not least, it's going to be frame. So let's make it super easy. If you have the golden Adonis ratio, you look like a male model, a Greek god, you have a 10 out of 10 physique. Now, if you have a twink physique, like all these TikTok boys, they have abs, but they're pretty skinny, but they're still aesthetic. They're still very attractive to women. You are an 8 out of 10. Now, let's say you are a puffy bodybuilder. You look like Jeff Seed. You think you're supernatural. You look insane. You are a 6 out of 10 from the female gaze. Now, a 5 out of 10 is going to be the average gym bro physique. So 15 to 20% body fat. You have quite a bit of muscle, but overall, you just look pretty average. Now, a 2.5 out of 10 is going to be the skinny fat physique. So you don't have nearly enough muscle and you are a little bit chubby. You don't have a jawline, you don't have abs, nothing. Now, a 0 out of 10 is going to be complete like obesity, no exercise, nothing like this. So use the scale to estimate how attractive you are out of 10. I rated myself completely honestly. I'm about to get roasted in the comments, but based off my own ratings, I calculated that I'm a 9.4 out of 10 with everything SMV wise. You can agree, you can disagree. I don't really care, man. It's my scale. So I want every one of you guys to add up all these 10 divided by 10 and tell me your exact number in the comments below and what you can improve upon. So subscribe if you're new. I love you with all my heart. Peace.